everyone. I'm Piia Anttonen from Finland. I'm talking about Tuulispää Animal Sanctuary. How many of you have heard about Tuulispää? Some of you. Is there somebody who have visited Tuulispää? Couple of, yes. So I'm talking first about the basic idea. So you probably know there is animal sanctuaries all around the world, and in Finland we are like the first one which is concentrated to animal rights. We have some kind of elderly home for animals, but they don't have any kind of educational meaning. So Tuulispää is home for 62 animal inhabitants. Yeah, thank you, Lisa, for your nice, nice speech. And I'm sorry if I still use some language which are not perfect, but I'm learning. And it was good, really good thoughts about your speech. Yeah, so we have 62 inhabitants. We have cows and we have sheep. We have goats, horses, hens, geese, and dogs and cats, and bunnies and kitty pigs. And most of our animals comes from private persons. Some of them have tried to look home for a long time, but haven't found. So the animals are endangered for slaughter or for just like putting down. Some of the animals we don't know the owner. So, for example, our wild boar, Osku, and the foxes, what we have. So we don't know the owner. They just found somewhere and they brought to our place. And some of the animals are from factory farms, and today I'm speaking about cows, our cows, which are mostly from big farms. And Tuulispää is based on voluntary work. So I'm the owner, and we started like 4 years ago. We have now 4th birthday on beginning of December, and so you're very welcome to visit our place. And yeah, we have volunteer working there, and so far we haven't had money to have like real workers, but it's in our future plans to make it bigger. We just buy now new land, new pasture for animals, some green land, and we made a really big money collection, and I'm really happy that it worked. So we have new land for our animals. So I'm a bit sad, and that's why I'm starting with him. I'm talking about cows, but I want to first talk about Laku. He passed away on Wednesday. He was old, 27 years old, stallion. He came to us only 3 months before, on August. His owner died, and he didn't have any place to go, so he came to our place. And last Saturday he got really bad stomach problems. The vet was in our place for 4 hours to try to help him and make him alright. And we got him in that position that we could deliver him to animal hospital in a clinic, horse clinic in Helsinki. And there he was, and he actually survived from the stomach problems. And the vets were starting to find out like what's the real problem behind that, and they found really bad injuries from his mouth, and there was no way to heal him or make it better, and that's why we have to make the really bad decision or a really sad decision. And yeah, I wanted to talk a bit about him because I miss him a lot. And also about working in a sanctuary, it's kind of live and death, so you have to all the time face it. There are some animals who are dying, and try to all that you can make them like a good life, and then try to, if they have some health problems, you have to face them and try to find some vets who can make them better, but it's not so easy always. But yeah, that's why it's really we live in a really strange society, because it's okay if you want to rescue cats and dogs, but if you want to rescue cows, you have to explain it, why you're doing. And it's in Finnish, this text, but it's said that when people would understand that it would be so much cooler that we could live also, that we have right to live. And it's kind of strange that we have this old pony, and then we have young, healthy animals living in farms who are just killed because we want to eat them. Here is 2 of our cows, Nunnu and Jennifer, and I'm telling about their stories, how they came to our place, and what I found, how the cows are, and what's usually seen that, for example, farmers say that they want to do some other things, and I found that they are really different. So I started with Nunnu. He came to us in 2014. He's Finnish breed. It's not so usual cow for using for milk production. And Nunnu was half year when he came. He was really lucky. He could spend first his life with her mother and father. He was born in a kind of society who have like that they have 1 cow that they can milk it and have like own milk, and because they needed this milk, so they have to like have baby for this female cow, and Nunnu was the who was born, and they found out because he was a male, they couldn't keep it, and some of the society wanted to put him to flesh, that they could eat him, and some of the society were vegetarians, and they were like calling us worried that can we take Nunnu? And so we took him in 2014, and 2 weeks he was screaming for his mother. It was I had some friends who are living like 3 kilometers far away, and they heard he screaming. He was screaming so loud. He was missing his family and his mom really much, and it was really sad to lose. And it's kind of, you know, probably that usually the calves are taken from their mother like first day, that they don't miss so much their mothers, but he had already this connection with his mother, so that's why he was screaming so much. And also the former owners were talking that also the mother was screaming after him so much. It lasted like 2 weeks. I was thinking that he will get along with sheep because they are group animals, but he didn't care about the sheep at all. Luckily, after 1 month or 2 months, came Jennifer, so Nunnu could have a friend. She was born 2012, but came to us 2014 in summer, and she was too small for dairy production. The daughter of the farm fell in love with her and didn't want that it goes to slaughter, and she was connecting to our place that can we take Jennifer, and it feels really strange that she don't have any health problems. She's really fine, full of life, but just because she's so small, she was like having her destiny to be slaughtered. They say that this Arsire, I don't know what's the right way to pronounce it, the breed is the second common breed in dairy industry, and they take a kind of measure from the chest, and if it's under some centimeters, it's right away the slaughter. They don't have like right to live, because I don't know exactly if it's the reason that the milk, how much they produce milk, it's low, or is it difficult to give birth, or I don't know what's the real reason, but it's horrible. It's horrible. Nunnu and Jennifer became friends soon, and after a couple of months came Latte. Latte is now a big guy. Here he is a really small car. And with him it was really hard to see because he came like 7 weeks old. He was kind of like this size. I have some, yeah, okay, I tell the story. So he was kind of, one woman was driving home, and she saw that in the pasture there was going on that a cow is giving a birth. And it was looking really difficult, and she was calling for help. And then the farmer came and helped the cow to give a birth, and Latte was born. And this woman was like, she felt that she saved his life and wanted to go to the farm and see how he's growing and everything. But then he knew that, or found out that because he's a male cow, he will be slaughtered like 1.5 years. And she felt really sad about it and wanted to save him. So they bought with her friend Latte away from this farm, and after some different places, he came to our place. So this is the pen where Latte was living for first 7 weeks. He don't have room, and as you know, like usually when in the nature, when animals are born, the babies are trying really quickly to get to their feet and want to move and everything. But in this kind of pen, so you don't have so much possibility to develop your muscles or anything like this. So it's not only taking the mother, but it's like taking the whole process to grow normally. And here's when Latte came to us. Now he's the biggest one of all, but now here he is the smallest one. So this is Jennifer, and then Nunnu and Latte. And yeah, they took him really well, and they became a real intense group. Here's Latte first time out, because he was born outside, but he was taken into the farm, so inside. So here's like his first steps really outside. He was really clumsy because in this kind of small pen, so you don't have possibility to develop the muscles. So he was like falling, and he really didn't know how to use the legs. But quite soon he started to like catch the development, and he started to walk normally and run normally, and he was really full of life. And here is the marks of dehorning. So because we don't want to have baby cows, we have to castrate the male animals, and the vet came to castrate Latte, and Nunnu also was castrated. And this dehorning stuff was something I wouldn't accept anymore. It was my first time I saw it, and I felt that the vet, she was saying to me that you have to dehorn him because he is living with the other cows and he can be dangerous for a human too, that you have to dehorn him. And I felt that I'm in a kind of position that some kind of authority is saying to you that you have to do it. But when I saw the process, I decided that I never want to do this one to any animals because it's kind of taking some part of their body away. So the process is going, you probably, somebody know how it goes, but it's like 20 seconds, they burn with the iron. And it's not only the horn which is burning, it's the skin and the hair, so it's horrible smell. And Latte was in sleep, because he was castrated first, and he had this thing, what you put, that they don't feel anything. But still, when the vet started to burn, he was like, his eyes were open, and his legs started to move, and he was like making voice that it's hurting. He couldn't run away that. And I was asking the vet that, is this normal? And she said that yeah, it's kind of like normal. And the horrible thing is that he had all this kind of narcos and everything, but in Finland it's still legal to do it without any kind of yes. So without any kind of painkillers or anything. And also the vet said that she wouldn't like to see it because it's really hurting the animal. I'm feel a bit pity that I didn't take any video about it because it would be somehow really educational to show it for somebody, for some people. But this is what I have for memory. But yeah, I decided that I don't want to do it for any animal anymore. He don't have horns. He's okay. I hope that he don't remember it, and he's fine. But anyway, it was really horrible thing to see. Here is Latte having his milk portion, and this is something also that, like, first time really hit the face. He have like a mother somewhere who is alive, who is healthy, but she's not here, and we humans have to give him the milk. If it would be a horse fall, it would be some kind of accident happen or something that everyone would ask that where is his mother, what have happened, was something wrong with the birth, like giving a birth. But now when it's a calf, so it's just normal that they don't have their mothers, and it's really sad. And every time we have now 2 calves, new calves, and we have to give them milk. So every time I give it, I think about it. It's really strange and it's horrible. They are like legally orphans. This is the three of the first cows. We haven't put the new ones. I have later a picture about them too. They are not put together yet, but here's the 3. So they like to live in a group and they do things together. They have really different characters, as you see. And they have their own things. Lada is the biggest one and he's kind of young and teenager. Nono is a bit like, you know, the donkey from Winnie the Pooh, a little bit sad. And, yeah, he's always with, but you don't exactly know what's going on. But yeah, they are cute together. And they live in this kind of, you see the fenced area, so it's forest where they live. It's like around 1 hectare. They live with the sheep, and this is the barn where they sleep. So they have, they have possibility to go in and out how they want, and they have the kind of, I have more experience about horses, and they have the same kind of things they do as horses do. So in the summertime, they mostly spend their time inside because they want to get there in the shadow and they want to get away from the flies. And in the winter, they are mostly outside. And in farming, it's usually opposite. So the cows are like forced to be in the pasture, and then in the winter, they're forced to be inside. And sometimes I read about like how the farmers are telling like what's the best for their animals, and because they got some critic that why they don't release the animals outside, for example in the winter, and they say that if we release them, they want to straight away come back in. But if the cows don't have like a normal connection to outside, they don't grow their fur, so they really have cold. So I'm sure the reason why they want to come inside soon is that they have cold. And also in the summertime, they want to probably, because the farmers say that why we have to let them out, because they don't enjoy to be out. It's also because they want to get rid of the hot, warm weather and also the flies. But if they would have possibility to go how they want, so the farmers would see that they also want to spend some time in the nighttime outside, and they are not going in the same same kind of system how people, they don't sleep 8 hours, they have their own cycle of how they live and sleep and eat. This is the bar what we use in the winter time, so you see that there is, they have drawn a little bit thicker coat, so they really survive in the winter. We have quite cold winters in Finland, as here in Estonia. It can be minus 30 degrees, but they are really getting well. Then we have these kind of curtains in the summertime that keeps the flies away. And they have a little bit peaceful time there. And here is something that you usually don't see with the cows. And we have actually, Tuulispää have got some kind of international interest of this, that how can you keep cows outside in the winter. But they really enjoy it. They do things, and in the forest they also eat a bit the trees, and they run, they play, they communicate with each other and spend time, and really like to spend time also in the winter time. But this, if you drive in Finland, some countryside in the winter, you don't see animals outside. This is from spring, this picture, and this is how usually you see that they lay. So the connection and the touch and taking care of each other, it's really important for them. You usually see that they lick them, each other, keep them clean. And it's funny that we have open doors in the summertime, and now this birthday open doors. So usually what people say that how your cows are so clean. I visited some farms and I really understand. It's horrible to watch because they actually lay in their shit. So they have really really filthy and really kind of, they are not clean, but in this position or this way of living, they have possibility to take care of their own cleanness, and also they take care of each other, which is important. We have also a little pond, and there is latte trying to look for something to eat in the forest. And cows are really interested of everything. It's a bit sometimes even a bit difficult to live with them if you want to do something in their area, because they just come and want to search for everything. We had a filming crew and they brought some stuff, and cows are, of course, were there, like what's happening, and they want to taste everything and want to smell everything. Yeah, sometimes a bit difficult. And I was talking a bit about playing, so they do. So this is Latte and Nunno, they are the male cows, and also Jennifer, even a female, so she does it. It's kind of playing. They, of course, it's kind of nature thing that they try to probably also a bit look like who is the leader. But as I see it, it's mostly playing, and it's normal for them. And I'm happy that they can do it. Usually you see that farmers are saying that cows are dangerous because they can, what is the right word for? Ram people and be dangerous. But if they have possibility to do it with them, like with their own species, and do it freely, they don't have like packed energy if they are just spending time in their pens or locked down from their necks. So they are not dangerous. They are really nice and friendly. That big, so you have to be a bit careful that you are not in the like on the way when they run. So this is Lenno. He came to us now on September. He's new. He's 3 months old, and he's Holstein Friesian, what is the most common milking breed in the world. And also he was born in a big farm, 100 cows, and the daughter of the farm also contacted us that she fell in love with Lenno and didn't want that he goes to slaughter. And they brought him to our place. And I'm really positive about the new generation, because we have so many stories about the farm daughters who want to save animals. And also this daughter was saying that she hopes that she could save the all from their farm. Parents are keeping. Yes, and this is Jekku. Jekku is a Finnish cow it's a breed from Lapland. It's white breed, and he's 5 months old. And Lenno and Jekku has now been together, and they were castrated. And now we are just, when I go back from the holidays, so we will put them with to live with Jennifer and Latte. And we try to make some video of how they meet each other and how it goes. But I'm not sure that it will be a nice 5-pack, but goes around and do all kinds of things together and enjoy it. Yes, I think my time is going. Yes, I don't talk about the rooster. Talking about the cows. So, do you have any questions about cows or about Tuulispää?
Okay, well, thank you for your. I thought I would start with the questions this time.
Yes, if you have about cows or if you have about Tuulispää.
Actually, we don't have, as you know, we don't have an animal sanctuary in
Yeah.
Estonia, and I've heard that some people might have some ideas about starting it. So I wanted to ask, like, in your experience in starting it and in keep maintaining it, what have been some challenges, or what should we keep in mind? Definitely.
Of course, you have to have a farm first, and I started with my own money, and it started small. And the main problem is that you have to keep in mind that you don't have too many animals. Mm-hmm. It's the most important thing, because then it turns against the whole idea. So it's really important that you develop it in that way, that there is not too much animals, and you start I think you have the same kind of organization stuff as in Finland. So have an organization and have permission to collect money and make it little by little, not too big steps, because the animals are coming. I mean that there is always, so many animals are offered to Tuulispää, we don't have any possibility. It's like so small percent who comes to our place. Mostly it's about horses, but also now cows, because people know that there is a place where cows can live how they want or how long they want. But that's the more thing. But just keep it
quite small.
Yeah, keep it small, but I mean that in kind of in a reasonable way. And just keep in mind that it's not going too much with the feelings. Mm-hmm. Yes.
I have a question. What's the opportunities for volunteers? So can I just pack up my stuff and come and live there for a week?
Yeah, you can send me an email, info@tuulispää.org, and just tell if you have possibility to stay longer, a couple of weeks or a month or something like that. Usually if people are staying just a weekend, so it's not so good for us, because you teach all the works and then the person goes away. So it's better that if you stay longer. And we have also kind of weekends that we teach new volunteers once in a month. But I think if you come from abroad, it's easier that you're not come into this weekend or just saying when you have possibility to come, so we can fix the date and see if it's possible. Yeah.
Are you portrayed in the mainstream media, and what has this experience been like?
We have got good media have taken us really well. I mean that people are interested, and also because I think it's really right time to have a sanctuary, because people are interested about. We have this discussion about eating meat, and veganism is more and more common. So media is really interested about this kind of place because it's supporting the discussion about veganism. And we have some TV programs and lots of newspaper stuff and all kind of. But of course the media is taking us well. But of course we have some critics and it's mostly from dairy farmers. And they don't accept this idea that somebody can keep just animals like this, and they try to find some like bad things about that we do something wrong with the cows, that we don't know how to feed them or something like that. And sometimes you see that, especially in the social media, so people are really critical, that we have a really good support, so most people understand that they have these critics which come, so it's mostly from the farmers. Yeah. Yes.
I'm wondering how difficult it is to rescue these animals from farms, like in order not to get them slaughtered.
Yeah, we have so we do legal way. We don't steal animals. So mostly it's from the farms that somebody is contacting us. Some who want to, for example, quit the whole farming, or for example, these daughters of the farms who want to save some single animal. So that's the way it comes. And now it's easier because, yeah, the word has spread that there is this kind of place. And I was surprised that we also offered some pigs from one farm who was quitting, and we got some pigs and we found new homes for them. So, but not all, but some single persons. Yeah, but it's getting easier all the time. But of course, some of the farmers don't ever want to give us any animals because they see that we use the animals against them. Yes. Well, thank you so much. It was nice to be here.
Thank you very much.